The distress beacon had been broadcasting for 73 cycles when the Valkyrie High Council finally authorized its activation. Mia stood at the communications array, her four-fingered hands trembling as she input the final sequence. Her scales, normally a soft azure, had faded to a sickly gray, a sign of the malnutrition that plagued her entire species. "It's done," she whispered to the council chamber, her voice echoing in the cavernous space that once held thousands. Now barely 200 Valkyrie remained on their dying moon. The Scourge had come without warning, a silicon-based hive intelligence that consumed entire biospheres, transforming organic matter into more of itself. It had already devoured 3 worlds in their system, and Valkyra Prime was next. The Valkyrie, a peaceful species who had barely achieved lunar colonization, had no weapons capable of stopping it. "The beacon will reach the nearest civilized systems within days," Elder Tom assured her, though his voice carried little conviction. "The galactic community will send aid. They must." But days turned into weeks and no response came. Leo checked the navigation logs for the 3rd time, convinced there had been an error. The Indomitable and her sister ships had been conducting routine patrol exercises near the Sol system's edge when the distress call finally reached human space. "Captain, you seeing this?" He called out, his dark eyes scanning the translated message. "It's ancient. Been bouncing around for months." Captain Rodriguez moved to his station, her weathered face tightening as she read. "Scourge infestation. Extinct civilization protocols. Requesting immediate extraction." She paused. "They're asking for evacuation ships and supplies." "Ma'am, according to this, they sent the beacon to 17 different species," Leo continued, pulling up the routing data. "All members of the galactic community. Not a single one responded." The bridge fell silent. Every human officer understood what that meant. The galaxy had laws about intervention, complex bureaucratic laws that apparently valued protocol over sentient lives. "Plot a course," Rodriguez ordered. "Maximum burn. And someone wake up the Admiral. Tell him we're about to make first contact." "Captain, we're not authorized." "I don't recall asking for authorization, Lieutenant." Her voice carried the steel that had earned her command. "Humans don't leave people to die while we wait for paperwork." Mia was cataloging what remained of their food stores when the sensors screamed. She rushed to the observation deck, expecting to see the Scourge's advanced tendrils reaching their moon at last. Instead, she saw ships, dozens of them, emerging from faster-than-light travel with a precision that made her breath catch. But these weren't the elegant vessels of the galactic community, with their shimmering energy fields and organic curves. These were brutal angular things, all armor plating and weapon emplacements marked with symbols in an unknown script. "They're hailing us," the communications officer reported, his voice shaking. "Audio and visual. The translation matrix is struggling. Their language is complex." The view screen flickered to life, and Mia found herself staring at something that should have been impossible. The being before her was bipedal, with only 4 limbs and skin devoid of scales or fur. Just a strange, smooth tan covering. Its eyes were forward-facing, predator's eyes, and when it spoke, she could see blunt teeth designed for tearing. "This is Captain Maria Rodriguez of the United Earthship Indomitable. We received your distress call. We're here to help." "Deathworlder?" The word crashed through Mia's mind. She'd heard stories of such species, rare aberrations from high gravity, high-danger worlds where everything evolved to kill everything else. The galaxy kept them quarantined, afraid of their violent potential. And somehow these Deathworlders had come to save them. Leo had seen combat before, pirate raids, containment operations, but nothing like this. The Scourge was a nightmare, a writhing mass of crystalline pseudo-life that consumed everything it touched. It had already covered half the planet below, transforming forests and oceans into more of itself. "Weapons free," the Admiral commanded from the Defiant. "Let's show this thing what happens when it messes with biologicals." The human fleet opened fire. Kinetic rounds traveling at a significant fraction of light speed slammed into the Scourge's tendrils, vaporizing megatons of the substance with each impact. Nuclear-tipped missiles followed, their fusion fires burning hot enough to turn the crystalline structures to plasma. The Scourge tried to adapt, tried to spread, but humanity had spent centuries perfecting the art of destroying things. On the Valkyrie moon, Mia watched in awe as the humans systematically dismantled a threat that had seemed unstoppable. Their tactics were brutal, overwhelming, utterly ruthless. They fought like the Deathworlders they were. And they were winning. The evacuation took 6 hours. Human Marines wearing powered armor that made them look even more terrifying moved through the Velkhari settlement with surprising gentleness. They carried the sick, guided the frightened, and distributed ration packs that Mia learned were called MREs. Leo found her standing at the observation port, watching as the last of the Scourge burned away under sustained human bombardment. "You came," she said softly, her translator rendering it in accented English. "No one else came but you did." "Yeah, well," Leo shrugged, uncomfortable with the gratitude in her alien eyes. "Where we come from, when someone needs help, you help. It's not complicated. Your people are feared. The galaxy calls you violent, dangerous. We are dangerous," Leo admitted. Earth made sure of that. But being dangerous doesn't mean being cruel. Sometimes it means being dangerous to the things that threaten people who can't protect themselves. Below them, the last Scourge construct collapsed into dust. The Velkhari world wouldn't recover in their lifetimes, but it would recover, and its people would survive to see it, carried safely in the holds of human ships. Mia looked at the young human, this representative of a species the galaxy had tried to contain and ignore, and finally understood. The galactic community had laws, procedures, protocols. Humanity had something simpler and infinitely more powerful. Humanity had compassion backed by the strength to act on it. "Thank you," she whispered. "Thank you for being the monsters fear." Leo smiled, and for the first time since the nightmare began, Mia felt something she'd thought lost forever. Hope.